Welcome to another episode of Who's Junior's Podcast with your hosts, Mikey and the two Chris's.
Slow down.
No.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Because I'm excited to talk about...
Nobody understood what you said there.
Welcome to another episode of the Hoosier Nerds Podcast with your hosts, Mikey and the two Chris's. Tim didn't realize it was Monday, and he also had to work till 11:30.
How does he not know? Oh, it's a week already? Do you get that text?
Every other week he works Monday.
Yeah.
That's new, though. Because for a while there, he wasn't working Mondays.
I don't know, but
I don't either.
So, if we do a podcast next Monday, which I don't think we will, I don't know.
It's Christmas week.
Yeah, it's Christmas. Everyone's gone. Anyway. Next.
We might do one next... Do you guys want to do one next week? I'm not doing anything Monday.
I don't want to do one.
Okay.
I mean, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
What we do?
What'd you get for Christmas? It ain't like we're six. And
I got cold.
I got socks and underwear.
I got a Playboy.
I'm not going to lie. I do miss getting the McDonald's gift certificates from my grandma in my Christmas stocking every year without fail. She came through. $5.
You know,
McDonald's gift certificates.
It bought you a breakfast.
Every year.
It bought you a burger or something.
Man, that was it was clockwork.
Yeah.
We'd time to open the stockings. Oh, there's my McDonald's gift certificate. And they were like gift certificates, like they were paper.
Oh, like before they had gift cards?
Yeah, before they had gift cards.
I remember those.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had those. They were coming like $1 increments, I think, and we had five each. All of us had five gift certificates from McDonald's.
So I went to McDonald's and got my dad and Kimberly's dad a gift card to McDonald's. One, because I don't really know what he likes, and my dad likes their coffee, McDonald's coffee, so he buy him a couple cups of coffee.
Right.
And I was like, two $15 gift cards, please. And they tried to ring it up like 5 times. They kept putting $30 on one gift card. And then they kept trying to charge me $60 or something. And I was like... And then finally the manager came up after like 6 or 7 minutes of them trying to do this. Like, it was 2 girls trying to do it.
And they went $15 an hour.
Yeah. And... right?
I mean this, I'm just saying!
The manager's like... You do 2 $15 transactions. And I was like, I was just like, I wanted to say that, but I was like, I thought you guys could do 2 like 15s at once. But
I remember like giving change, like maybe the total is like $9.16. Oh, I have 16 cents. I'll give them a 10 and 16 cents. We have to get a manager to like fucking. They don't know how to fucking.
Yeah.
No, you really want to throw them off. So if it's $9.16. Give him $10.26 and let him figure out.
I don't have a dime. I have a quarter and a penny.
Figure that one out.
Oh man!
Or you want to really throw him off? Give him a $2 bill.
Is this real?
Is this real? That's exactly. This is fake. No, it's not. It's real tender.
Shit, I got 150 of them.
I remember someone would buy something at the liquor store. Mikey was all over those $2 bills.
Yeah, I collected.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, I think I've got a few somewhere.
Oh shit, I've got a Mercury dime from them. I got a lot of silver quarters from them.
I've got some silver quarters.
I got a 1943 Filipino quarter.
I got a lot of $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the $2 bill
the
came
big
with
Eisenhower ones.
Yeah, I got some of those.
Yeah.
the $2 bill came with the sign of the Constitution on the back, right? And
yeah.
The back of the dollar was the $2 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got some of those. I got a bunch of pennies from 1943 too.
I got a lot of Sacagawea.
I think I got one silver certificate.
I think I've got one of them too.
And maybe like one with the red ink in it too.
Yeah.
I think I got a couple of those.
Do you? I've got a penny from 1889.
I got all that from Boulevard. People just they don't care what they give me as long as it's currency, as long as I can get alcohol from it.
Yeah.
It's all matters, huh?
Yeah, it's all the same.
You know, when I first started there, I would count out $20 in coins or something. But one night I had to stay an extra 15-20 minutes because someone last minute brought not a duffel bag, but like a little baggie full of coins for a fifth of crown. And it was me and Roger, and me and Roger both said, "What the fuck?" And Roger was like, "Let's just count it out. Mary Jane will be mad if we don't do it." Yeah. I don't think she would have been mad, but it was like, let's just do it, get it over with. And we at some point he miscounted his half, and he was like, "I never heard Roger get that angry."
You never bought anything with only coins before?
Well, I've done it.
When I lived in Florida, I used to work at a drugstore in a shopping plaza, and they had a movie theater at the end of the plaza. It was just an old movie theater, but they were $2 movies. Give $2 roll nickels. Maybe that's my Friday night.
Put it in your fist and punch him.
That's right.
Well,
It's $2.
just remember, if you do roll up your coins, don't roll them up because we gotta unroll them and count them in front, anyways.
We never did.
Oh,
Never.
we had to.
Trust them.
I don't know if we had to, but at least when the new liquor store took over, we had to do it. Did
Really
Mary
didn't
Jane
trust
make
him?
us?
I don't think I did very much. I didn't get a
Well-
lot of rolled up ones, but I don't think I really counted it. If I could tell, it's like maybe the bank that did it at least. Like
Yeah.
you could definitely tell whether it came from a bank or whether someone did it themselves.
Well, I think the movie theater would rather have them rolled up than a bag of nickels
Yeah.
in a
It
baggie.
It was one thing Roger told me was like you got to make sure they didn't put like a lead pipe in there or something.
Yeah.
You know, something the same size as the coin in the
Well,
middle.
the people who worked at the movie theater shopped at my drugstore, and I went to the movies at their movie theater. So they kind of knew that
Well,
I wasn't cheating. They knew where I worked.
that Chris Branch guy, he just keeps screwing us over all the time.
Idiot down at the drugstore.
Anyways, to our main topic for this week, Spider-Man No Way Home. Spoilers. I'm not even going to care about spoilers.
Yeah, if you ain't seen it by now, I'll feel sorry for you.
Yeah. Of our 20 listeners, you guys have probably
Dude, we
seen the
got
movie.
17 subscribers now on YouTube.
I know. I saw.
It's going up. I'll talk about YouTube numbers later
Okay.
because I have to report on it.
I haven't really been looking at the analytics on RSS.
I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, you've been looking at our...
No, I got an email about it from YouTube.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah, we did use games.
Anyways, the movie was awesome. I don't care. It was great. Do we want to like break it down, or do we want to like just talk?
That's one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen. The best.
It's up there.
It's
with
probably the
Endgame.
best.
It's up in the top 3 or 4th Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy, and
I would
the
say it's as
original
good
Avengers.
as I think it's as good as the original Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. You said it's top 3.
Yeah, easily top
It's
3.
that good.
If you have it in top 3, I would agree.
Yeah, it's that good. It was fun. It was funny.
It hit every nostalgia bone I had.
Did you notice? Okay, I'm gonna notice. I asked Mikey if he noticed. Mikey didn't notice. So, the plug of sponsors that actors have elsewhere.
Yeah.
So Peter Parker is talking to J. Jonah Jameson on his phone. They're FaceTiming, right?
Yeah.
And this is like close to the end of the movie. And
Yeah, before they fought at the Statue of Liberty.
yeah, and it's plastered all over Times Square. In Times Square was a big billboard for Liberty Insurance.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Liberty Bibberty. I never noticed that.
Who's in the Liberty commercials?
J. Jonah Jones.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, yeah.
Yes, who's J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh my god, there's a Liberty ad right there.
I thought you did farmers.
No.
Oh.
Wait, does he?
Yeah, he's in the
Is that what it is?
We are farmers.
Is that him? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, Liberty was the insurance. Wow. That's like a direct competitor to him then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unless it's the same.
How'd they sneak that in?
I don't know. Maybe there was a farmers one in there somewhere and we just didn't see it.
And now I gotta go see it again.
Well, I was planning on seeing it at least one more time in theaters. Anyways, the movie starts off of basically right after the last one ended, right? Mysterio
Yes, Mysterio's
Yeah.
dead.
blames it on, or frames Parker. No, half people believe it, half people don't believe it, but everyone knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And it's kind of like going about his life on trying to, now he's trying to get into college. And he's getting denied. Him, Mary
He's been
Jane.
canceled.
Yeah. Him, Mary Jane, and Ned are all getting canceled. They can't get into any colleges. And basically, that's just the beginning, is them trying to live with it. And when they first starts getting hectic is he's trying to talk to the MIT like vice president about, at least getting Mary Jane and Ned into the school because why would they be canceled?
Well, they didn't do anything.
Yeah. But I don't see why why they wouldn't let Peter Parker into the colleges either. It's not like
it's just like he alleged killed someone. Basically.
They Ray Lewis into college.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like you said, he got canceled. I mean,
yeah.
Even whether he's guilty or not, he's still got this over his head. And if they accept him and they find him guilty, then they kind of like, oh, MIT's bad for accepting a murderer.
And they're not gonna take anybody that's associated with him.
Yeah. Because
they were there and in on it. As Ned kind of admitted he was.
I kind of forgot Happy and Aunt May hooked up.
Yeah, I forgot. I thought they were still kind of like feeling it out. I didn't think they actually did the bing bong.
Yeah. Bing bong.
Happy was very happy.
Joe Biden.
Joe Byron. Take me out to dinner. Bing bong.
I think what I really liked about it, I liked how they introduced all the characters. They did it really smart. How they introduced Green Goblin, how they introduced all the Electro, I guess maybe not so much Electro and Sandman, because it was just like he was actually looking for him, but how they just kind of came out of the woodworks almost. Especially Spider-Man's, both of them.
Yeah.
I loved how they did that.
That was great how they did that.
Ned's learning he can do magic, and all of a sudden he's bringing other Peter Parkers into the room.
That was really cool.
That was very cool.
I liked how they kind of explained where all the villains were coming from. It was like at the moment of their death. Because I forgot that Spider-Man basically killed all of those villains. Or, didn't kill them, but, caused them to die, or they killed themselves somehow. Yeah. But at the moment of their death, they got transferred over. So the whole plot basically was him trying to save them so they didn't die back in those other universes. Which I thought was a great idea.
It was.
Because we talked about this after the movie with Brad. We took Brad, who's barely seen any Marvel movie or Spider-Man movie. I don't know. He said he watched like up to the Avengers movie.
No. He's only seen Avengers and what other one has he seen? Maybe. No,
he's seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm pretty sure he came with me to see that one with somebody else, some other people.
But yeah, he never seen a Spider-Man.
He liked it, from my knowledge.
I guess I don't know. He doesn't really show too much excitement over stuff like that.
If he's not shit talking it, he liked it. That's how I will.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that.
But the big thing for me in that movie was every character got their redemption in some way or the other. What's his face? Doc Ock. They finally fixed his. Microchip.
I forgot what caused him.
Yeah.
To kind of go wild. It was because he's basically got his mind of its own now, and kind of took over his mind. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy because he was like, "Oh, the voices have stopped." I was like, I wonder what he was actually hearing, what he was going through.
Yeah.
Probably somebody similar to schizophrenia or something.
Mm-hmm. And then he got he was trying to create a usable fusion reactor, and that's what Stark had in the arc reactor, and he got one because of it. So, the power of the sun in his hand, like he wanted.
Yeah.
Green Goblin got cured from that gas that he inhaled from the movie.
Briefly.
Well, he did.
Well, yeah.
At the end of the movie, finally.
Oh man, he plays such a good Green Goblin. You could see it.
Is he not the best bad guy?
You could see it switch, his facial emotion, his facial reactions, and just all his I don't know. You could just see it switch from Green Goblin to.
He's that good.
Yeah,
he's Heath Ledger Joker good.
Oh yeah.
as being a bad guy.
Did you know he did his own stunts?
Who?
Willem Dafoe.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he did. His big thing to coming back to reprise his role was he wanted to do his own stunts.
Wow.
I liked how they put the hood on him too near the end because that was like comic book stuff with the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The elf looking, like he said, he thought he looked like an elf.
He was an elf, yeah.
Green elf
You have a green elf, yeah. I like the fact that they kind of made fun of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's nemesis. Like, he didn't get a fight like the Green Goblin or Doc Ock or Mysterio. Like, he had, like, cheesy bad guys.
Well, Electro was kind of not that cheesy.
It was cheesy, though.
He was.
That was not a good movie. I did not like that one at all.
But not Garfield, Tony Maguire and Holland were talking about they fought aliens and stuff.
And Andrew Garfield's like, I need to fight aliens.
And they're like, no, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Or no, you're amazing. And then,
you are amazing.
Yeah, I love the one. Yeah, the little drops there. Yeah, but like he I did like Jamie Foxx in this one.
Yeah,
I think his character was stronger than it was originally. I didn't like him originally. I thought it was cheesy.
I did think the Sandman and the Lizard guy were kind of overshadowed as villains.
Because they're weak.
The
Lizard guy was a very weak villain. It wasn't.
Yeah, he was trying to turn people into his lizards.
Into dying. Yeah, I mean, come on.
That's kind of lame.
It's very lame. Yeah.
But Sandman's not actually really a bad guy,
like he was helping. He was helping capture Electro.
Yeah.
Right.
When they first see him on screen.
He just didn't trust Peter Parker because he wasn't his Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So he didn't trust what was happening. And then the big redemption in my mind was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man saved MJ.
Right.
Because he wasn't able to save Gwen. And I watched a TikTok and they called that it was exactly going to happen. For some reason,
yeah? That's cool.
Tom Holland was going to get blocked, and then Andrew Garfield was going to swoop in and save her.
I liked him as a Spider-Man. I thought he was a good Spider-Man.
He was probably.
I thought he was a very good Spider-Man.
So I always thought that Tobey Maguire was the best overall Spider-Man. Peter Parker and Spider-Man, he was the best overall. Andrew Garfield was probably the best regular, just straight Spider-Man. His Peter Parker wasn't that good. And Tom Holland is the best what we got right now.
He's a very good Spider-Man.
He's good, but he's not...
I like him as a Spider-Man.
He's not Tobey or...
He doesn't look like a 25-year-old person playing
a high
school kid. He actually looks like a high school kid.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind of talk about maybe like a black Spider-Man?
Yeah. Someone said, why isn't there a black... I think Jamie Foxx said that. Why isn't there a black Spider-Man? And I think Andrew Garfield was like, there probably is somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that was hinting at Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the biggest thing I expected in that movie.
Yeah.
Was them to...
Saw something like that.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to bring Spider-Pig through.
Yeah. But no, Miles Morales. And then I was also kind of expecting a Spider-Gwen.
Uh-huh.
Those were the two things that didn't come out that I was expecting. But at the same time...
It was a long movie, though, anyway.
In my mind, it was two movies in one.
2.5-hour movie, which it went by fast.
Yeah. It was... I thought the whole Aunt May parts kind of took a while for me. Because I was never invested in it.
She's still hot, though.
Yeah, but...
So what happened to Aunt May? Because the last thing I remember, she's talking to Willem Dafoe in the church or whatever. And the next thing I know, because somebody fell asleep, she's dying on the floor.
You fell asleep, you old man?
Dude, I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Doesn't matter.
It got slow. I mean, obviously I didn't miss anything.
He went to a showtime at 4.
I went at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I went to the movie.
It wasn't even 12 hours.
He ditched us to go by himself.
Yeah, I did. I totally ditched you guys to go by myself. Yeah. No, I did not.
I can only imagine
I wasn't snoring. No, I was like there, like I could hear stuff. You know when you fall asleep and your eyes are open, but you're asleep and you hear stuff, but you can't move? That's the kind of state I was in. Like, just that zombie state. So how did she die?
So Green Goblin breaks out. You know how when he was in the church, he was kind of trying to control Green Goblin.
Yes.
He comes out and basically ruins his plans of curing everybody. He cures Doc Ock. And then he tries to cure Electro, and then he's starting to try to cure.
Oh, and that's when there's like, wait a second, they don't want to be cured or something, and they don't want to go back because they're dead.
Yeah, they learn.
Okay, I remember that part. So, how does he kill her? Why does he kill her?
Because he's Green Goblin.
Just because he's Green Goblin?
And he wants to get at Spider-Man.
Okay, I got you.
Basically, that's how I understand.
That's the only reason he killed her, then. I got you.
I mean, does he need a better reason to kill people? He's a Green Goblin. I don't remember what I was talking about before that. Oh yeah, him falling asleep in the theater. You know, the memes of like the dad woke up at 4 a.m. to get stuff done. Also, dad at 11 o'clock.
I didn't fall asleep miss the whole movie. It was maybe 3 to 5 minutes, if that.
It was probably 10, 15.
Yeah, it was like 10, 15.
Was it?
Yeah, it was quite a while.
Obviously, I didn't miss that much, so it was a good time to fall asleep.
Yeah, I guess that is if I go to the movie again, that 10-15 minute mark is my bathroom.
I mean, I was eating popcorn, I was drinking Coke Zero, I was anything to stay awake, and
get up and do jumping jacks.
Yeah, I should have got. It wasn't crazy packed, but there was a decent crowd for 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday.
Ours was packed.
Obviously,
I legitimately when I pulled up, I looked in the theater and they were filing in, and that line was from the door to the concession stand when I was going past that exit.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, I hope that's not our theater. And I was told Theater 10. I was like, shit, that was our theater.
What theater?
Theater 10.
Oh, that was Theater 1.
So.
Huh?
This is a smaller theater.
Is it?
Yeah.
That was Well, they had 2 screens probably.
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting there waiting for him and Brad, and I just keep seeing people file in. I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna get shitty seats. I don't care if we're in that front row. Or the front section. I refuse to go to a movie if I'm in the front. The front row or two.
I agree.
Because my neck hurts. And then we go in there, and only the top section's full, but the bottom section's almost wide open.
Really?
Yeah. But I could have swore, like I said, people were just filing in.
Did you get sit in row 2?
We were in right when you go down that first set of stairs, just the back row of the front section.
Oh, the very first row, the very back row.
Right in front of the handicap seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
Dude, somebody kept kicking my seat. I was getting pissed.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not confrontational enough to turn around and tell them to stop.
I didn't. Mine wasn't that bad. There was 4 people in my row.
Yeah.
And that included me.
Did you have to do the sound test?
No, I sat in row 2, right in the middle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
But I came
test?
when I after I woke up from my
Sheldon.
after I woke up from my nap, I went to the bathroom because I had to pee. That's probably why I woke up. So, but there were people sitting up along the wall.
Yeah.
Then, so that probably was 5:30, probably,
give or take. Yeah.
and then. When I came out of the theater, that place was packed. The concession line was slammed. It was all the way back to.
Oh, that was a great weekend for movies. Or at least theaters.
What did 250 million? 254 million? It surpassed Star Wars.
Yeah, it almost as good as Endgame.
The Star Wars was the number 1, right?
No, Endgame is.
Is it? Are you sure? I thought they kept on telling me Star Wars was. Maybe I read the wrong article.
And that was one of my favorite parts about working there. Is big movies like this, and then you go usher right after. Say you do you'd usher the 7:30 shows that ended.
587 million worldwide.
Jeez.
Wow.
Second biggest all time. Sorry about that, Mike.
Behind Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go usher in that first evening show, and then and you have to get the theater ready for that last showing at night. Let's say 9 or 10 or whatnot. That's my favorite part was doing that because I just take my time. Like fuck these guys. They got half an hour before the next movie, and you just take your time and you got to go to another theater still.
Yeah.
But,
IMDb says 600 million
That might be
enough.
worldwide.
whatever.
600, almost $601 million. 698,000. 600 million 980.
I was looking at CNN, so I don't know.
Well, they're liars. You know that.
Fake news.
IMDb is the best. It did 260 US.
No, but remember when we went to go see Rise of Skywalker and we got in the line early? Like we had Rise of Skywalker, they even did assigned seats. But of course, we're nerds. We got there like 3 hours early, and they let us in early because the movie before us didn't sell any tickets.
Oh wow!
So they let us
That's
in
nice.
early.
Yeah, we didn't have assigned seats for
Yeah, we did.
the last one.
Rise of Skywalker, we had assigned seats. I remember that because they tried it out. They like
No, that wasn't Rise of Skywalker that we didn't have assigned seats. It was.
I thought Rise of Skywalker we had assigned seats.
No, we didn't have assigned seats for Last Skywalker. There was only like two people in front of us, and they wanted to sit up high, and we sat in the middle of row
Yeah, but I'm just saying the movie. Anyways, the movie before us in itself, so they let us in early.
Yeah, they let us in early. They could have just shown that movie.
But I mean, it sometimes it got so bad. Like as we're sweeping and cleaning it up and stuff and getting it ready, people would still walk in. They could go sit down, and we'd have to tell them, "Oh, please wait outside while we clean this." And I'd shut the door. But
Yeah.
Just shut it, not like because they usually leave it open between movies or whatnot. I'd shut the door and say,
They do that all the
Yeah,
time
it's fine.
now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You
they
probably
do.
started it.
I don't know, but
Oh.
yeah.
You know, I honestly miss. I don't know if I've probably talked about it on this podcast before. I honestly miss legitimate midnight releases.
Yeah, I like to go, and that was always fun to go to the midnight
Like
show.
the movie starts at like 12:01, so you get there at like 10, and that's like the real. Like I saw Avengers that way, like the original Avengers movie.
I saw Spider-Man 3 that way.
Yeah, because that's you
I
get
saw
your,
the first Batman movie that way.
that's just when you get the real. I don't want to say real fans, but that's when you get like the hardcore people that we just sit there and talk about movies and
Yeah.
stuff. It's the same thing with like. I don't remember the last midnight release for a game I went to, but I remember like one of the Call of Duties I went to a midnight release, and I just sat there talking Call of Duty with people or Halo or something.
They usually have like a little tournament or something with the game.
Yeah.
The previous game. I remember doing those.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like the kid in A Christmas Story when you're standing in line at Santa Claus and the kid would be like, "I like the Wizard of Oz." Is that the same?
Yeah,
thing?
basically, but not that bad. Not that bad.
I like the Tin Man.
Usually those people are locked up by like 10 o'clock. What?
I can just picture it. Just some.
It's
You're,
their
you're just
midnight
trying.
time.
You're sitting in line trying to be cool, and then you've got like that one guy. So I've played this like 87 hours in a row. It's one of those guys. I was online. I was telling everybody it was just awesome. He's like making up some story about how great he is, and he's probably not. I was playing online with Tom Cruise. It was so cool.
Because my dad owns Microsoft.
Ridiculous.
There's always guys like that.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, they're at the racetrack too. I was in Daytona in the autograph line for the 24-hour race.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was like, "Yeah, I was in the garage area at Coda and he's naming off IndyCar drivers. And I'm like, "You dick, the IndyCar don't even race at Coda." So he was obviously we was partying in the infield after the race. I was like, "Shut!" These people are buying it. Oh, really? Wow! I'm like, this guy's a deity, So yeah, there's one in every crowd. I love listening to the stories all the time. I love listening to the fake stories. They make me laugh.
Do you ever call them out on it?
No, I don't.
You should. You guys got anything else on
Just let them
Spider-Man?
have let them their glory.
I thought it was. I almost forgot. Like I kind of forgot, but how they brought up how Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was the only one that could. He
Could shoot. Yeah, he had it
out
in
of his wrist. Yeah, he didn't have to make.
He didn't have to make his own web shooters.
Yeah.
I always thought that was cool about his Spider-Man.
And they're like, "How's it happen? Does it happen just in your wrist, or they think
Does it have other stuff?
they think he's slinging web out of his dick or something?"
I I mean, it's a legitimate
Yeah,
question we
It's
all
a
had.
legitimate question.
Oh yeah. I wish they would kind of brought up the way like he tried to do it, like all his little,
Rock and roll.
all his little symbols that he did with his hands. Go web.
I really want to rewatch those movies now. The original 3.
It was on like FX the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all of them were.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because even at lunch today, I think I saw the last one.
Allegedly, the next one's already in production. Not like writing it, of course, not like filming, but what's his face? Tom Holland wants to take a minor break from acting.
I read that.
But I don't blame him. He's
I
got
don't
the
either.
money. He's got the time.
And he's got Uncharted coming out, so
Yeah.
And he's dating Zendaya, so he can take a time off.
they're both rich.
Yeah. I don't even know how she got famous. Like, all of a sudden, she's
Who?
in Spider-Man.
Disney. She started off at Disney.
Who?
Zendaya.
Speaking of Zendaya, according to this
I forget
Instagram
what show.
filter, I look just like her.
Uh-huh.
I can show you the video.
I don't...
Yeah, Instagram doesn't lie.
Instagram don't lie.
It's the gram.
See, look, your celeb lookalike. Watch. See? Watch. Wait for it. I'm Zendaya, so hey.
You have too much time.
How many roles did you get?
That was the first one I popped up. I was just like, whatever, we're just going to go with it. So, yeah, I look like Zendaya. Yeah, cool.
Oh, the after credit scenes were really good.
Yeah.
I think, what was the first one?
The first one was
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah. He was trying to find Spider-Man, but he was drunk, and then he got sent
Yeah,
back.
but that little
Before he could pay his
part-
bill.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, he's like
the little
instead
piece
of
of-
pay your bill and then he disappears.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap. I forget what he said, but it was pretty funny.
But then, like Chris was saying, the little part of Venom
The little
stayed.
part of Venom stayed, so ooh.
Venom's now officially in the Marvel universe. Now is it going to be? It's not going to be our boy. Who plays Venom?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland?
Not Tom
No.
Holland. But Tom
Tom Hardy.
Hardy. Yeah, Tom Hardy's not going to play him. I guess then. Would he?
Why? Why wouldn't he? He went to go look for Spider-Man.
Because he got flashed back to his universe.
Is there Eddie Brock in Tom Holland's universe?
I mean, there'd have to be an Eddie Brock.
That's why. I mean, that could be a possibility.
Ain't there a Spider-Man poster in Venom? On the wall?
No, that was
Morbius.
Morbius.
Oh,
yeah.
that was Morbius.
We got to do more. That Morbius.
That Morbius movie looks good as long as they don't play the trailer over and over and over again where I
Yeah.
don't want to see it. Like
Like
the Kingsman.
I feel like I've legitimately seen the entire movie for the Kingsman in the trailers.
They kind of did it differently in during the previews for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they introduced all these historical characters
Yeah.
that were bad. And it was different.
And
from
do you want
what
to see
I've
that
seen
Go
before.
Dog Go show or whatever it's called? With
I want to see that.
That looks good. But I
I'm
also
gonna
want to see, me
cry.
and Mikey were talking about this. The dumbest naming movie I've ever heard in my life, but it looks pretty awesome.
Go Dog Go.
No, Ambulance.
Oh my god.
That looks awesome. But it's the stupidest name of the movie.
No, they're like, oh, they had all this action
Yeah.
and stuff, and they built it up, and they're like, ambulance.
Ambulance.
It's like, wow.
And then they highlighted the L.A. because
Yeah.
LA. And what did you call it? Speed, but
Yeah, it was like Speed, but like in English.
In a name,
I don't know.
dude. Though, what's his name?
it looked good.
He don't make bad movies. Though.
Michael Bay.
No, the
Oh, that was a Michael
actor.
Bay. Of course, that was a Michael.
Yeah,
Bay.
It is a Michael Bay movie. It is a Michael Bay movie. No,
Oh, God.
what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal.
He's not. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal don't make bad movies.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he's been in a bad movie.
What about Prince of Persia?
I like that movie.
Okay. I was-
Low
it
key,
wasn't bad.
underrated movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I was just.
I like him. I think he's a good actor.
It was just one of those underrated ones that stood out.
It. People hated it because it wasn't like the video
I
games.
I didn't like the one he did on Netflix recently.
Where he's like a
Is it-
911 operator.
That was
I didn't mind it. It
really
wasn't a
unique.
bad movie.
It was just the way they shot it. It was really weird.
Yeah. Oh, and then the second after credit thing was legitimately a trailer for.
It was just a trailer
Yeah, I was
for
pissed
Doctor.
off. I'm
What's
like,
his name?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Make me stay for this fucking trailer I can watch.
Well, that was its release.
Yeah.
So we got to see it first. Before it was on YouTube. But it was legitimately a trailer for Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And basically it's Doctor Strange and Wanda trying to fix the multiverse.
Oh, that's right. They showed Wanda, didn't they? That's right.
They showed Wanda and they showed someone else. I forget her name. But she's basically Captain Marvel's sidekick. Is how I understand
Was
it.
it Catherine Holland?
Dang.
What?
Catherine Holland.
Catherine, you know I've got the hots for Catherine.
I know you do. She's getting her own Disney show.
Dude, I was watching Bad Moms Christmas, and she's in it.
Yeah.
She cracks me up. Oh, no, what else I saw her in? They did a live-action Facts of Life, Different Strokes episode, and it's on Disney. And she plays Joe on the Facts of Life, and I swear to God, she acts just like her.
You know, I never realized how many things she's in until...
She's in so many things.
Yeah, but now I recognize her. It's like, hey, it's what's-her-face from WandaVision.
Yeah.
Hey, it's what's-her-face from
Catherine
WandaVision.
Hunt, Mrs. Fletcher. That's what I'm talking about.
What was her name in WandaVision?
Mrs. Fletcher. I don't know.
Oh.
I just know her as Mrs. Fletcher.
You haven't seen WandaVision,
I
have you?
did, yeah.
Oh. I still haven't seen Captain America, or the Winter Soldier, and, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'll get it there
I
eventually.
think I watched that.
I need to catch up on Hawkeye. I only watched the first episode.
Nah, I don't watch it yet.
It's good. It's just...
You only watched the first episode. You can't say nothing.
It was good. So I'm waiting for everything to come out so I can just go poop doop doop doop.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Agatha Harkness.
Agatha.
Yes.
Speaking of watching everything go bloop doop doop, The Witcher Season 2 finally came out. I'm on episode 1. Mikey, what episode are you on?
Almost done with 4.
Is it as amazing as the first episode so far? Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's just like this. It's just like the first season, I guess. What?
is the time thing kind of weird again where it's like
Not so much. I know I think it was between episode 3, was it 2 and 3? I think between episode 2 and 3, like a month goes by.
that's not bad. It's not like the other one where
they actually mentioned it, like, oh, it's been a month since I've been doing this for the past month, or where have you been for the past month, like that type of.
Okay.
So you actually get to know, but
it's not like, when you're seeing Siri, it's in the future, but when you're seeing Daryl, it's like 20 years in the past.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I liked it. I got it. I understood what's happening, but there was a lot of people that didn't know what the heck was going on.
I think if you played, gosh, I didn't, but I bought it. I just haven't played it. The Witcher's 3 Wild Hunt, right?
Yeah.
They mentioned the Wild Hunt a few times in this season.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
Just in the first episode, they mentioned it twice.
Well, they mentioned it again, I think, in episode 4.
Well,
Like, the Wild Hunt is coming. I'm like, what is the Wild Hunt?
Okay, so what's probably going to happen at the end of this season is Geralt's going to be captured by the Wild Hunt and is going to start working with them for a while. So that's what happened in between The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2. Was he got amnesia and was captured by the Wild Hunt and became one of them for a while. Basically, the Wild Hunt are a bunch of evil elves that are trying to bring the end of the universe. Or the multiverse.
The whole, because there's a lot of elves in this one, and I'm like, why are they treating it? They're like, the humans are treating them like, my guess, because I've been to Yellowstone. I just started Yellowstone, and it just brought me to like how humans treated Indians. Oh, basically, or even slaves. I mean, if you want to go that far. But
there's a lot of reasons why the humans don't like the elves.
Yeah.
1, there was a big war in the past. 2, the elves always look down on the humans, like hid knowledge, didn't teach them stuff. The elves taught the humans how to use magic, but the elves, it comes naturally. The humans, took it and twisted it to their own needs and wants. Also, there's a big... Humans think that... They talk about in the first season. Humans think that elves live in giant golden castles in the mountains, hoarding their, hoarding food and wealth and knowledge from the rest of the world. Which is not true.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that everyone believes it. Even like the people that are not knowledgeable believe that. But there's a lot to it. But of course that's
that almost has a Game of Thrones moment where they're like, "Fuck the North." The elves.
Nobody likes. Are they like the underpants gnomes?
What? Underpants gnomes?
The underpants
Is that
gnomes?
South Park?
Yeah.
we're not gonna get derailed by South Park this time. I hope we don't have Tim here.
But yeah, I think you like they at least so you haven't got that far yet, but you see more Siri a lot.
You're starting to learn what makes her special.
I think she tells Gerald. She finally tells Gerald or Gerald. Was it Gerald?
Gerald.
Gerald. Okay.
Yeah. Not like Zach's dad.
Jerry. He's Jerry. They finally she finally tells him, like, she's trying to trust him more, I guess, and tell him more of the past of like what happened before Sintra fell and as it was falling, because he still doesn't really know yet. And you see more of a relationship between her and Siri and Gerald. God damn. How many episodes? You know how many episodes there are? Like, I think there was 8 or 9 in the last, or was there 10?
There was 10 last season, I think.
Hopefully there's another 10, but
yeah. I hope. I
was looking up the.
And the bard comes back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yaskier.
Yeah.
Well, his nickname is Dandelion, so eventually he's gonna. Hopefully he gets started being called Dandelion, because it's easier than Yaskier.
Well, he's called something else right now.
Is there another banger?
Huh? Oh, he sings a song that apparently that he reveals that he wrote after like Geralt kind of like abandons him, I guess, or like sends him away or something, and doesn't want him, like maybe like is mean to him or something, and so he wrote a song that like kind of like it said butcher, it's like some butcher burned or something like that. So he's talking about burning the butcher, so like I don't know, like he's pissed off. Like it's a song about being pissed off at him. Oh,
okay. But it's not a banger
it's
like toss a coin to.
No, it's not even close to that. I mean, it's good, but yeah, it's a good one.
I just remember like all like the original was good, but then all like the people started editing it and making it better.
Yeah,
it was just so good.
Oh yeah, I gotta listen to that on the way home. But yeah, it's like almost makes me want to like play the game, like, cause I bought the game because I watched the first season. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I gotta play the game now, but. Now it kind of wants me to play the game again. I
think I've told you that The Witcher 3 is hands down my favorite video game of all time.
I've heard that from multiple people. It's one of the better games.
It doesn't have a lot. It's not like Skyrim where you can do a bunch of different things. So Skyrim, this is mostly for you'd know this, but the people on the podcast might not. Skyrim, the way I explain Skyrim is it's the size of an ocean with the depth of a puddle. Skyrim is not that deep of a game. You go into a dungeon.
It seems large, yeah.
Yeah. Witcher, let's say, is the size of a lake with the depth of a lake or a sea.
Witcher's 8 episodes.
This season or last season?
First 2 seasons were 8 episodes.
Oh, I thought it was longer, but they're long episodes. They're like 50 minutes.
They're almost an hour.
The Witcher, Skyrim, you can go into a cave. Okay, it's a cave. You get nothing out of it. Yeah. Witcher, you go into a cave, and all of a sudden, you got a story of, some guy who went into this cave and started exploring it and died, and now you're trying to, he got turned into a monster, and now you're trying to solve his case of, let his soul go away. What?
You saw that on Ghost
Adventures. I saw that in Ghost Adventures.
Guy
got lost in the catacombs in like France and found his camera and he disappeared.
Do you feel ghosts going down your leg? Is it warm going down your leg?
It's warm. It's a warm liquid. I feel it. Anyway,
Anyway. Ooh. Yeah, geez, Chris. What's 1883?
1883 is a origin story for Yellowstone, which is the Dutton family. It has Tim McGraw and Sam Elliott and Faith Hill and...
Are we going to Faith Hill?
Tom Hanks in it.
Yeah, we got Faith Hill. Yeah, Tom Hanks was actually, he was in an episode. And so was Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about an all-star cast.
You ain't kidding. But they just have like brief parts. So it's about the Duttons. They're basically helping these foreigners get across country. Wacky hijinks ensues. People come to attack them. There's Indians. But let me tell you, Tim McGraw's character is a badass.
Yeah.
Because he will blow people away. He don't even care. I mean, these people ain't like just getting shot, like a gut shot. No, he's shooting people in the head.
Is that the 1883 writ?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, I mean, you can see where he's a Dutton, essentially. And his son's name, he's got a daughter, and he's got a son. The son's just a little boy at this time. But his name's John. So, John Dutton, which is probably where Dutton got his name from.
Yeah.
So, it started off a little, it didn't start off too slow. It got a little slow in a couple of areas, but man, does it take off fast. Isabel May plays his daughter named Elsa, and she's kind of a badass herself. I highly recommend, if you can watch it, to watch it. It's as Western as you get. I mean, there's plenty of gunfire. There's plenty of gunplay, shootouts. They start off in Fort Worth, Texas, is what happens. He sends us... They left... Essentially, the family leaves Tennessee, and they end up in Fort Worth, Texas, and then they find these foreigners they're trying to get to Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
So, they hire Sam Elliott and this other guy to get them to Oregon, and essentially, Tim McGraw, the Duttons, kind of tag along.
Mm-hmm.
And to help to get these foreigners. Like, they can't speak English. They've never been out on the frontier. Nothing. So, watch it. It's pretty awesome. If you like Westerns.
Well, I feel like I'd have to watch a little bit of Yellowstone.
You don't even have to watch Yellowstone. It doesn't even...
I don't?
No.
Okay.
It's an origin story.
You're an origin story.
What character is... Sam Elliott's character a friend of the Duttons?
Yeah, his name's Shay Brennan. James Dutton. Tim McGraw's James Dutton. So that's the name. Yeah. That's the one that... He's the one essentially... They're supposed to go to Oregon with these foreign people, these immigrants. They want to get to Oregon. So I'm guessing that's how they end up in Montana. So...
Interesting.
Yeah, he's got John Dutton's... Yeah, actually, it's John Dutton Sr., which is young John Dutton. So, it's pretty badass. Sam Elliott's awesome, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Tim McGraw he's very convincing cowboy. I'm loving the show, actually. So, that's all I got to say about that. Watch it. And of course you got season 4 of the best TV show on TV.
Yeah.
Which is Yellowstone.
I can't wait to watch it. I just finished season 3 of Yellowstone. Boy, oh boy, how that ended. It made me want to continue watching it, but I knew I couldn't yet. I want to wait till it all comes out.
We got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've only got 2. I watched episode 8 tonight when I got home from work.
Yeah, So, does 1883 come out like weekly, or is it all out?
Well, they just did the first 2 episodes, so...
Okay, so it might be weekly, okay.
Yeah.
Because I gotta finish Witcher. That's why I didn't want to start Yellowstone, because I wanted to finish Witcher, because it just came out. I finished that.
I was thinking
I
about
want to
watching...
start 1883, but I also want to finish Yellowstone. I don't know whether I want to watch Yellowstone before 1883 or...
I say Yellowstone, then 1883.
Because I'm sure it doesn't matter, but... I don't know if I can yet.
How? But you got left on that cliffhanger.
Yeah, I know. It's eating me alive. It was a pretty wild cliffhanger. Wild.
What
That's
happened?
like the Wild Wild West. That's how wild.
What happened?
Well, they're fighting over land, of course, and it's getting to the extreme level where it was a gunfight. Like they ambush ambush Duttons. They jump out of trucks and start firing their automatics at them, and a bomb blows off where Beth works.
That's right. Beth's office got bombed.
You don't find out whether she lives or not. Which, of course, I know she lives because I kind of was listening.
They ain't gonna kill her off.
Yeah, I kind of listened to the radio and they were kind of talking about it a little bit.
She's too important.
And then you kind of find John Dutton. He got shot at. The older guy. He got shot at because the father.
The older guy.
Yeah. Yeah, the father, he got shot at helping...
it's freaking Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And he's calling the older guy.
That's so much thing going through my mind. But he was helping just a stranger change a tire. And somebody pulled over and started shooting at him. And they shot at her and killed her.
Yeah.
Fucking wild. But you find out he kind of lives because he had his phone in his pocket where his heart is.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls it out. Because he wanted to call someone. Well, got shot. It saved him, but he can't call anyone. So nobody knows where he's at, but still he's shot.
This sounds like Sons of Anarchy.
No, it's not Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, I mean, it's not as bad.
Wait, isn't that guy in Sons of Anarchy, though?
No, I don't think so.
Taylor, what's his name? No, I'm serious. Taylor Sheridan.
I don't know who that is.
He was the producer.
I don't think...
Oh, yeah. He's deputy chief. He was in from 2008, 2010.
They came into Casey's office. Casey's the livestock commissioner. He's the son of John Dutton. They came in his office and started shooting up his office, but he flips over the table and you don't see anything else. Like, it's like the way they kind of ended it, it's like, there's just all these questions, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he was an actor. He was deputy chief David something or other in Sons of Anarchy.
Why are these people trying to take their land?
Because they want to put a ski resort on it.
They want to put an
airport, ski resort, shopping,
residential houses,
shopping. Hold on.
Now they're going to pay. They're going to pay him for it. They're going to pay him real good for it. What was it? $10,000 for every acre.
Every $10,000 an acre.
And they're going to buy 50,000 acres.
Yeah.
That's $500 million. Or something like that.
But it's farmland. It's been there for generations. Since
1883. And then the whole conversation was like, okay, yeah, he could sell this, and if he doesn't, then they could just kind of take it through what does it call it?
Eminent domain.
Eminent domain,
yeah.
maybe. And then he'll get 10 cents on the dollar. Like,
it's
pennies.
It's sick and how they do it. I mean...
But
I mean, that's a real thing.
And then, then the governor was like, it'd be good for Montana to get all this economic surplus, like all this money out of it. But then what makes Montana great is that it doesn't have this shit in it. It just open field, and that's what. And there's a toss up there, and John's like, I don't want to fucking I'll die before I'll fucking sell this land, and that's his. It's fucking badass. Like, I wish I had that much conviction.
This guy's he's an actor? The guy, Taylor Sheridan's the guy who... So Taylor Sheridan was an actor, right? Basically, I mean, he did...
What character does he play?
He's in season 4.
Oh, so I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen him yet. But, like, he was in The Guardian. He was in a Star Trek episode, NYPD Blue, CSI, Veronica Mars, Sons of Anarchy, NCIS. He was a guy in Hell or High Water. He was in 12 Strong. Actually,
that was a good movie.
He wrote Sicario.
That's a great movie.
He wrote Wind River.
Never seen it.
And he wrote Hell or High Water.
Never seen it.
And he created Yellowstone. It's his creation. And he created 1883. So this guy's all over the place. It's funny because Wind River, I was looking who was in it. It's got an all-star cast. Jeremy Renner's in it. Elizabeth Olsen's in it. Kelsey Aspel is in it. Kelsey Aspel plays Monica Dutton, Casey's wife.
Oh, okay.
So he kind of uses the same people.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this Taylor Sheridan's like, he's the shit. He really is. To create not only Yellowstone, but to create 1883 at the same time, and they're both good. I mean, that's hard to pull off.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's kind of like, what they do?
I don't know if he's...
Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. One of them's good, one of them's not.
They have a third now.
Oh yeah, of course they do.
It's only on the AMC streaming platform. Yeah. I've only heard bad things. So. It's about a bunch of kids at like 30 years in the future or something like that.
Oh, I think I remember seeing previews for that.
It sounded interesting. Like I really would like to watch it, but I've only heard bad things.
He got an Academy
They're
Award.
milking that show dry.
Yeah.
He got an Academy Award nomination for screenplay for Hell or High Water. Taylor Sheridan did. So, guy's pretty. He's pretty. He's the hottest guy right now. Yeah, you gotta watch Yellowstone. It's.
Well, after The Witcher, I hope to start it. I mean, it's on Paramount, so.
It's on Peacock. That's why I've been watching on Peacock. The 4th season's not on there yet. That's why I haven't started it.
Yeah.
I think it might be on Paramount. So.
Well, like I said, I plan on watching it, but The Witcher takes precedent right now. But I can't. I'm excited. You guys talking about it makes me excited for it.
Everybody's been talking about it, but it's like I don't know.
Well,
I just haven't had. I didn't know I had access to Peacock, which was on there. Then I found out. I watched it that same day. I found out it was on Peacock, and I had Peacock. I watched it. I was like,
this guy uses that Thomas Rainwater guy or whatever his name is. That Rainwater. Mm-hmm. He was the actor. He was in Wind River and Hell or High Water. Yeah. Guy uses so Taylor Sheridan uses. He's like Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood uses the same people in all of his movies.
Tarantino.
John Wayne. Yeah, Tarantino. John Wayne used to do the same thing. John Wayne used to use the same people in his movies all the time.
But you hear people talking about a show, but you don't really trust it until your friends that you trust and their picks of show or their taste of shows watch it. I heard about Game of Thrones season 1, but I never watched it until my friend Tyler.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, he was my
he's your guinea pig.
I don't want to say guinea pig, but he was like, hey Chris, go check out the show. Okay, I'll go try it, test it, check it out.
Yeah, I think we watched. It was season 2 when season 2 was getting ready to debut of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
That we had heard about it, and we binged watched season 1 real quick before season 2 started back.
Well, for me, it was season 1 and season 2 because then season 3 started up, and I think we got hooked on it about the same time. And then you had HBO at your parents had HBO, so we started watching it.
Yeah.
And we used to have a big group there, but then it turned it into just like me, you, and Nick.
Yeah.
And then it was just you and me. I don't even remember what happened to everybody.
Yeah, we started watching it. Actually, we started watching it. Season 2 had already started, so we binged watch all of season 1 and like the first 4 episodes of season 2, and we got caught up. And
I have a question for you guys. Are you guys excited for the new season of Game of Thrones or the new series?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. You know what else I'm excited for is Peacemaker.
Yes. Well, the only reason I asked that about Game of Thrones is there's a lot of people that are like, with how season 8 ended, they're not as excited for it. I was like, you know what? I'm excited for it. I'm just not as showing it right now because it's not around the corner.
I think season 8 ended just fine. Yeah, they may have rushed it, but you can't really ask for much more.
What else? Yeah. What do you want it to do? You know.
My biggest issue with season 8 was how dark the Battle of Winterfell was.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything.
It wasn't that bad.
I could not see anything.
It wasn't.
I could see nothing.
I could see, but I wish it was a little brighter.
The only thing I wish would have happened was I wished
they were fighting under moonlight.
I wished Arya would have been allowed to kill Cersei.
Yeah.
Instead, didn't like a big rock fall on her or something? I don't either.
No, I thought that was how the mountain died. The mountain and the hound.
We're gonna look it up.
Oh yeah.
How did Cersei die?
She was crushed by falling bricks, and she and her brother, lover Jaime Lannister, were crushed by falling bricks in the crumbling Red Keep.
Oh yeah, that was lame.
I would have rather seen Arya kill her. I think it'd have been more satisfying.
I was satisfied.
Arya already got her kill.
Her kills. She
She didn't get to kill Joffrey, that was a great death scene.
She killed the Night King. She killed Walter Frey.
Yeah, Kimberly's making her way through right now.
I was wondering how long. I know it's been a while since she started it, but
she goes on spurts.
Yeah,
like she'll hit. Her big thing is she gets tired of seeing all the naked women. But I was like, you see just as many naked men, and she's like, yeah.
I never get tired of seeing the naked women. That goes away eventually. It's
yeah,
only like in the
I
first
told her that.
It's only like the first 2 or 3 seasons, ain't it?
To hook us. It was only there to hook us.
Yeah, it did.
It did the same thing with Witcher. I've only seen one scene so far with boobies in The Witcher.
The first episode.
Which one?
With the vampire thing.
No, there's no. Oh, that doesn't count. It's a fucking mythical creature. I want to say it's maybe the 3rd episode.
See, my mom don't watch Game of Thrones because, they gouge eyes out and crush heads and people die very bloody. And like the nudity to her mother, it was always the death scenes. She was always it was too violent. My mom's not into violence. Although she did watch the Jackass movies and enjoy them, so.
Back to Witcher, I kind of wish I remember. I wish I watched the recap. I probably should go back and see if I can watch it again. The battle at Sodden Hill. They keep on bringing that up, and I'm like, man, I barely remember that.
My whole thing is, I thought those people died. There's people the wizards that are still alive. I thought a lot of them died.
Oh yeah, I mean they were saying there's like maybe a half a dozen.
Is it? Do they have a lot of characters in The Witcher? Is it like?
There are a lot of characters, but there's only like 3 or 4 that you really 3, 4, or 5 that you really need to worry about.
Because it seems to me like, Game of Thrones is a perfect example where so much is happening because there's so many characters and so many different storylines that you forget about things.
If
it's not so much like this, there's probably like 2 or 3 storylines.
Ciri, Geralt, and Yennefer are the only 3 you need to really worry about. Yeah. If you're like me, then you also care about Triss and oh my god, I'm gonna hate myself. I can't remember Triss and there's another wizard
the architect, the archaeologist one.
No, Triss was the
yeah, she's in the 4th episode.
Okay,
maybe the 3rd. I think it's the 4th.
Yeah,
that's all blended in.
That
at least
she's a great example of the book adaptation, the manga adaptation, the Netflix adaptation.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be a pale redhead.
Yeah.
And she's a black girl. I don't mind. No. It's just... come on now.
I mean, they could make her look the way, as long as she does the same things. Like, if she has the same storyline as she does in
She does. Okay. She does. They just changed...
The way she lives,
it doesn't bother me. No, it doesn't. It's just in the video games and in the books, they lead her to be one way.
So when she first shows up without knowing her name, like, who's that girl? Like, but if she looked the same as she did in the books and maybe in the video game, than she did in Netflix, you'd be like, okay, I know who that is.
Yeah. Okay. That's my biggest issue. Is like, she had a calling card of being what she was, and now she's not. Anybody have anything else? We're going over.
We've done Yellowstone.
I guess real quickly, the Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore.
Oh, that looks sick.
I watched the first time I watched it. I'm like, this is exactly what I've been wanting to see. Like, ever since Harry Potter, like, that you kind of learn more about Dumbledore through Harry Potter, the Harry Potter films. Like, and after all that ended, and they keep on talking about Dumbledore and his legend, I guess. That's all I wanted to know more about. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this film is going to give me the exact same. Like, it's going to show me, like, his his power, his legend, his fucking, just how great of a like wizard he actually is. I think hopefully we get to see more of that, because that's all I ever wanted. Like I feel like that's all I've ever kind of looked for.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I'm glad I forget who plays him, but he looks fucking badass.
Jude Law.
Yeah.
I've always liked Jude Law.
Yeah.
I can't. It looks sick. I can't wait. I'm not.
All the effects and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome.
I was never into Harry Potter like you were,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's gonna be awesome.
I was never into Harry Potter. I only saw like the first 2 or 3. That's the same movie every time.
I remember where I went to the midnight release for the last
That's
movie.
really generalizing it, but sure. Whatever, man.
I went to the midnight release for the last movie, or the last Harry Potter
Yeah.
Part 2 or whatever it was. I went, and it was like after I graduated, so I went. Me and a bunch of my friends went in our graduation gowns, so we cosplayed as wizards.
I think I was working. Was I working there at the time? Probably. I think I was.
When all the Harry Potter movies came out,
It was like the
I was
summer.
not at the movie theater.
It was a summer after we graduated, so I think you were still there.
Did they all come out at the same like time of year? I know like the very first Harry Potter I know came out at Thanksgiving. Did they all come out, or did they come out like summertime and like kind
It
of?
was mostly during the summer.
Yeah. I think the only one that came out in like Thanksgiving time was that very first one.
Really?
Yeah, the other ones were summer blockbusters.
I'll be darned.
Oh yeah.
I think one came out during like Christmas season.
It had to be maybe part 1 or part 2. Definitely. all
Part
right.
1 came out on Thanksgiving weekend. I remember. I know that.
Okay.
All right. Well, anybody got a shower thought?
I don't know if I got something down or not.
I don't know.
I think I did.
We're not gonna be here next week because it's holiday weekend, and
Yeah.
we're not gonna talk about what we got for Christmas because that's.
But the week after that, the book of Boba Fett comes out.
So does Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Hell yes!
Oh yeah, that's why I need to watch.
I cannot freaking
I
wait.
need to watch Witcher. I need to watch.
Are you gonna watch all episodes of Cobra? Have you seen Cobra Kai?
Oh yeah, I've seen it all.
I'll binge watch like now the first 3
yeah?
seasons again,
Okay.
so
I
I can
need
get
to-
caught up because that show's freaking awesome.
I finally watched all the Karate Kid movies, so now I need to watch Cobra Kai.
send it to the internet. That's why I put that on that on that post on our Twitter page the other day. Send it to the internet.
I guess I was supposed to research this because I'm sure there's an answer on the internet, but why do all the barbershops have the little spinny red, white, and blue thing?
Oh, it's red because they used to also be doctors, so that was a sign. The red was that they could do doctor stuff, and the blue was they could do hair stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was like, because they all have it. I'm sure it's way back when they first started it, but it was like, I noticed it. I'm like, even if they all do different hairstyles, maybe, but it's like they all have that shit, and that's like a universal sign. It's a barbershop. Like you don't know how.
Why
you don't-
are
you don't
barber
have to
pole-
read? You don't have to read. I mean, as long as you can tell, that, it's red, white, and blue. It's fucking spinny.
Are you ready for this? It's this according to history.com.
I'm pretty sure.
They're a legacy of a thankfully long gone era when people went to barbers not just for a haircut or shave, but also for bloodletting and other medical procedures. During the Middle Ages, bloodletting, which involves cutting open a vein and allowing blood to drain, was a common treatment for a wide range of maladies.
Yeah.
From sore throat to plague. Oh, doc, I got a sore throat. Well, let the bloodletting begin.
Million Ways to Die in the West. I got a fever. You need a good pounding from my bird. I forget what it was. Million Ways to Die in the West is an underrated great.
That is a great movie. It really is.
But yeah,
By the 1500s, English barbers were banned from providing surgical treatments, although they could continue extracting teeth. Both barbers and surgeons, however, remained part of the same trade guild until 1745, while bloodletting largely fell out of favor with the medical community in the 19th century. It's still used today to treat a small number of conditions. So the red was for bloodletting, white was for the bandages, and blue was for I don't know.
Well, technically, they still got it up. Let's go in there and get some bloodletting.
Let's get some bloodletting.
I mean, they probably have the blades for it. They have the.
Yeah.
They could just. Oops! I missed your beard with the freaking straight razor. Trim it up and actually.
There you go. That's the bloodletting. So.
That is odd.
That shave, haircut, bloodletting.
Thought it'd be. I was hopefully it's something
You know,
different.
trim up my beard, and I need a little blood out of myself.
Yeah.
I got too many bad vapors in me.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can catch us on Twitter at PodNerds, on Facebook at Who's Your Nerds Podcast, on YouTube, Spotify, TuneIn, iTunes, and Amazon. I legit got to count it out in my hand because I know I'm always going to miss one. And if you don't know, we're your nerds, the Who's Your Nerds.